We all like to carry our gadgets around with us, but there are definitely times when you'll want to be ultra portable and just take along, say, your iPad on vacation. Or perhaps you'll want to get some writing done in the local coffee shop. We all know those trendy ones have tiny tables which aren't big enough for a full laptop. This ultra portable Brydge keyboard is a fantastic match for your iPad Air, allowing you to be a bit more productive than you would without an actual keyboard, turning your iPad into a small Macbook-like laptop-style tablet. There's two versions of this Bluetooth keyboard available, the Air and the Mini, designed for, you guessed it, the iPad Air and Mini. I have the Air version here, but the Mini version is just that. So everything I'm going to say about the Air stands for the Mini. It's also got a few tricks up its sleeve to edge in front of the competition, including integrated speakers, backlit keys similar to the MacBook Pro, and a 180-degree hinge, which means there's no annoying docking system. You can simply lift the lid, the same way you would on a laptop. The key layout will be familiar to anyone who has typed away on the standard Mac keyboard, with a very similar size which helps when touch typing, although the keys are a little more sensitive than what I'm used to, resulting in a few typing errors here and there. But after a few hours, I managed to develop my muscle memory to compensate. It looks fairly similar to a lot of iPad keyboards out there, which is understandable as they're all aiming to look like the MacBook. Not only does it come in this space grey, which I have here, it also comes in silver and gold. It's made out of aluminium, which matches the rear of the iPad beautifully, almost looking like Apple themselves have milled the chassis. Overall, it feels solid and is definitely not going to fall apart when throwing it into your bag. The top keys are occupied by the shortcut keys, such as the home button, brightness and volume, and even a Siri key. As I mentioned earlier, the keys are backlit to help in darker situations. Due to the compact size though, it doesn't feature a sensor to be aware of the room brightness. Instead, it features a key to turn them on, which is really handy, which I personally prefer, as I can decide when I need the keys to be lit and hopefully save a little battery. The feature that first interested me about the BrydgeAir keyboard are the hinges. A lot of keyboards rely on magnets or a docking system, which can make it a little awkward when wanting to store it for transporting from home to the office. Whereas the hinges clamp your iPad for a secure fit, and clings onto your iPad for dear life. They also allow you to specify the angle of the iPad rather than a predefined angle, which otherwise can be awkward when working on different tables and desks. The keyboard features rubber feet on the bottom to keep it in place, and there's also these two rubber pads on top to keep your iPad from making contact with the metal keyboard, preventing the screen from getting scratched. Speakers are a feature usually overlooked by most keyboard cases, but that isn't the case here. It took me a few minutes to figure out that I had to pair the speakers independently from the keyboard, which you do by holding down the speaker button for a few seconds, then selecting it from the list in the Bluetooth settings. But once paired, I was actually surprised at how much louder they were compared to the iPad's standalone speakers, which is a great improvement for watching back films and YouTube videos whilst I'm on the move. And for the size and price, they sound pretty decent. Connecting both the speakers and the keyboard does mean the iPad takes a bit of a hit when it comes to battery life, reducing mine by about 2 or 3 hours with extensive use. But by being able to connect the keyboard and speakers independently, this means you can be smart about preserving your battery. Overall, the BrydgeAir is by far the best keyboard case I've ever used. It looks and feels great and is a pleasure to type on. In fact, I wrote the majority of this video down using it. The speakers are okay, and the backlit keys are a great advantage when typing in low light conditions. If you're looking to bridge the gap between your MacBook and your iPhone, the BrydgeAir could be the keyboard case to do just that. Well, that's it for this video. The BrydgeAir is available now for $149, with the Brydge Mini coming in at $129. If you'd like to read more about it, or maybe pick one up, I'll leave a link in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button as it really does help me out, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single video from Cult of Mac. I'll see you next time.